Hey there, Max. Hope you're doing well today. It's good seeing you. Hope everything's going well for you, man. Sorry, just getting all the settings set up right now, pretty much. So, should be starting up pretty darn shortly here. Based off what I'm seeing here, I think in this case the music audio might be... That should be a bit better. Yeah, no, that should definitely be a bit better. 82% cat. I'm sorry, buddy. We don't have a dog one just yet. At least, unfortunately, I don't think we really had demand for dog. But still. This is a bit better. Still hard to hear me over the music right now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no joke. I'm not sure how that happens in this case. Like, because the thing is I very rarely adjust my settings a shit ton in between. But, like, in this case, like, in terms of, like, how I have it set up right now, like, YouTube is currently set up more or less to be, like, I've brought YouTube's volume down to probably about a fifth of the total volume value. So, I don't know. It's fuckery every single time, more or less. Like, it is what it is, so... Should be getting into the game here pretty darn shortly. Alright, I think we're pretty much about there. Alright. Yeah, I think we're ready. I think we're ready to go. Anywho'senheimer. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. In this case, I did actually turn down the volume on the in-game itself. We'll go ahead and turn it back up, I think, for right now, because why not? But, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Alrighty, last time we left off, we had made our way on over to Malekith. Malekith was giving us, like, a slight amount of a runback syndrome, unfortunately, on Malekith, more than I personally wanted. But, you know, c'est la vie, it is what it is, I guess, is kind of what the energy is. Still kind of doing a little bit of learning in this case to kind of see, like, hey, where's our problem child? Like, what difficulties are we facing here? What are ways that we can improve this potentially in the future, so on and so forth. So, but I think in this case, at least for Malekith is really just a skill check that, you know, I need to pass. Frankly, if I can do that much, we're good to go. So, you know, just literally beat Malekith. That's really all this one comes down to. Go, chug, golden vow into flask, Into two-hand, into Cragblade. There we go. Cool. Alrighty, time to put Malekith in the grave, for sure, this time. I'm feeling bolder? Yeah, I was gonna say I was feeling bolder. Unfortunately, didn't have enough time there to really, like, play around there. He's not exactly giving me what I want. This is what I want, but unfortunately my actions were the opposite of correct. I was supposed to do, like, a lot more there, and I just kind of didn't do any of it. A little bit out of practice on the button pressing right now. That's what I get for playing, like, other games in the meantime. There we go. Second phase. All things considered, like, for as goofy as that was still overall pretty good. Like, that was less scripted, more just instinct at that point. So, again, could have been better. Oh, okay. Take our crit. Gonna push him over by a bit. Motherfucker, of course he would. Anyways. Yeah, that right there is a hit. Unfortunate, but oh well. You know, I can't say I'm entirely surprised that he would fucking do a growl in an instant where I more or less need him to kind of function with me, but it's Malekith. Like, if I could just get, like, a stun lock going on him in second phase, then it probably would be better, but stun lock for Malekith is not horrible, it just requires a bit more energy. Alright, chug this. That gets us back into our ritual sword range. We do that, we do that. Go ahead and dirty our balls. Beautiful. And we're on our way. Hey, Randall, how you doing today, buddy? Can you dig it? I've already dug it. Ah, motherfucker. What a... I'm not even gonna lie, that is against me. That was me. That was me entirely. That was my fault. I could have played so much better than that, and I chose apparently the exact opposite, so fair enough. Funny enough, one thing I'm not entirely sure of in this case is if the balls do better poise damage overall. Can I just run past this guy? You know, I probably shouldn't test the theory, but likewise, I probably, like, could. Alright, double fist. And we're on our way. I think this is going to be the attempt. Purely off of just... You know what, I just think it's going to be the attempt. That's really all it comes down to. It's going to be the attempt that I take 2 hits. Sometimes he gives you really good RNG, and other times he gives you completely fucking wacky duper RNG. Weirdly enough, as far as it stands, usually when you're just standing there like that, menacingly, or doing all your buffing right in front of him like that, that's usually when he decides to fucking charge you like that, but I guess he just changed his mind today and said, yeah, fuck you, I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm feeling the sauce. I'm feeling the sauce right now. I think we have it in the bag. I just have to play better. That's all it comes down to. Okay, that really wasn't what I needed, but ultimately it worked out because, well, yeah. Beautiful. No boulders. Little annoying. Okay, second phase. Okay, he's been doing that way more frequently lately, and it's kind of annoying as piss. You got this, Austin. Don't get lost in it. Unfortunately, Malekith is deciding to brick wall. Fucking weird, actually. That actually is weird for me, because I don't remember him ever being this... He's not normally that much of a son of a bitch, in all seriousness. But, I don't know. I don't know, I'm throwing. That's all it comes down to. You know what? Fuck it. I'm already... Oh, I forgot to count the hit. Yeah, that's my bad. Oh, okay. Well, he definitely spotted me that time. Fair enough. Yeah, thank you for the reminder for the hit counter. Also, I forgot to chug flask. Beautiful. More or less a good setup for second phase. There we go. That should, in theory, be a good setup for second phase. That felt pretty good. There we go. See, if I could just do that, you see how simple it could have been? Oh well, whatever. It's the Malekith goofball syndrome, honestly, I swear. Alright, let's go get our Bloodhound Fang maxed out. I'm kind of not entirely sure if the Bloodhound Fang is going to do what we want it to do with Gideon, but I kind of have to try. So, yeah, I kind of have to try. Thing is there's ways we could probably improve this all the further if we really wanted to. I just haven't yet really made the effort for it, but there's definitely things that we could probably do that would increase our total damage by a good amount. And frankly leave us way, way, way better off in the late game. So, like, it's definitely possible. It's not a bad damage increase for the max upgrade, is it? It's not too bad. Not too shabby. Let's sell the lion, sell that. In theory, the freezing grease here is going to hard carry us on Gideon. I am hoping for the best on that one, but we'll find out. Gideon very well could end up just being a fucking hard cap, just because of how he functions. Unfortunately, Gideon really does just kind of say, fuck you, I'm just going to play the game how I'm going to play the game. 70, and if I do that... Okay, it doesn't really increase the other damage type very much, so honestly, I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna focus strength in this case. Well, I mean... We could do the quick divesting of points into faith to get what we need. Because if we get the 15 faith required for Flame Grant Me, then that's just a 20% bonus on damage that we could have had this entire time. I'm going to say for right now, no, because I'm not really doing it. I might get the 2 points required, so I can go get the talisman that would boost me up to 5, or boost me up by 5, but I think that's good for now. Let's do that as the plan, and... Because we're not exactly getting a shit ton out of our current levels for strength, but yeah. Whole lot of thinking going on in my brain right there. Okay. Oh, weird. My balls were only at a plus 19. Wait, my balls were only at a plus 19? That could have been why I... That could have been a chunk of the issue there. Because, like, that's a lot of damage we were missing. Yeah, like, plus 24 balls. Okay, yeah, that could have actually been it. That could have been part of the issue there. Okay, that actually makes way too much sense. Alright. We do that. Did I already buy a talisman? I did buy a seal. I'm sorry, a seal. Yes. Did buy a seal. Don't yet have another talisman worth putting into that slot right there. That's more or less okay. I think that's good. Yeah, that's fine for now. Do I have any for... No, I don't. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, with that in mind, head back to Lindell. We'll head back to Lindell, and we'll go ahead and see if we have what it takes to finish off Gideon without getting hit. I probably need to also, like, remind myself on how to do save states, because I don't fucking remember at all on how to do save states. But it would be useful, especially considering in certain bosses' cases, it's usually better to start the fight off with the advantage than to go back into the arena afterwards. Certain bosses allow you a lot more leniency in their boss arena right beforehand. Gideon definitely being one of those cases. We don't need that actually, do we? No, we need Bloodhound's Fang and we need our Freeze Grease. Okay, cool. Okay, we don't exactly have a lot of buffing to go through in this case right now. We pretty much have exactly what we need ultimately for the buffing process, but in this case the idea here is that we're going to be trying to nuke Gideon as quickly as we can. I'll remind myself, how's the... it's okay. It's not amazing per se, but it's okay. Alright, chug here.
To stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. It's a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none She'll take the throne. Queen Mary has high hopes for us. But we continue to struggle. On to eternity.
Fuck you, Gideon. Okay. Alright, that's pretty much where we would have wanted our save state to kind of function off of. Because now he's just active in his fucking arena. And unfortunately, because of that, well, that does in fact make the fight harder. Because now we can't just cheese him. Well, no. Okay. I say okay as if it's suddenly okay, but reality is like, this is actually pretty bad. So, more than likely what this one is going to come down to is, while I would like to get the hit list on it, it might just be one I have to come back to once I've, like, done a fucking save state practice. And that way we can have, like, an actual way of practicing him first round, instead of going back into the arena afterwards. So, yeah. Fun shit. Can I make more bleed grease? I don't really know if the bleed grease is gonna, like, make up the difference of our failure, but, well, I'm gonna have to hope so. I gotta say, I do find it kind of mildly funny that it's one of the few times that Gideon said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna start swinging and see what happens. And, yeah, credit where credit's due. He chose literally the one option that ruined everything. So, good for him. Good for him. Alright, chug. That. Bleed grease. You know what, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I did kind of fuck myself over on the Cerulean Tears, because I didn't actually, like, get all that I needed to there. Yeah, he's gonna throw his fucking magical fucking onion rings. Ah, it had to be fucking, ugh. Like, I'm not really that mad about this, because it's like, it's Gideon. It literally, by definition, it is exactly what this man is known for, is being the all piece of shit. But, I mean, yeah. Yeah. The funny part here, too, honestly, I would say, is that, like, comparatively, there's actual bosses and enemies out there that are, like, technically harder and scarier to encounter on an average day basis. But then there's fucking Gideon, who literally throws his fucking onion rings, and then it's just GG's. Honestly, I don't even feel like entirely counting the deaths here, because, like, it's just Gideon. But at the same time, it's my penance. It's my fucking penance for not learning save states in the meantime. I should have done that. That was my bad. I don't think I can sneak into his arena. I don't believe that's an option. I'm pretty confident Gideon is one of the enemies in the game that basically you just have to fucking deal with him, and if you don't, well, GG's, get fucked. Alright, here we go again. It's funny, too, because honestly, in all seriousness, he just has to kind of be done hitless. If he does laser beam, I think we're cooking. Ah, he did fucking onion rings and it hits me anyways. Okay, that makes perfect sense. If he does Comet Azure, then I think we can get in, but it's, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I think the side route is not actually as valuable to me on this one. The side route, he can get in too quickly on me. So fuck it, I think actually just going the front way is probably better, weirdly enough. Yeah, because pretty much what I can do here now is I can just sit right over here, wait for laser beam. Excuse the chili cheese out of my dick! Fuck you, buddy! Either way, though, proof of concept. Like, proof of concept is there. Comically, I think this would be a chance for, like, a rot or a... But the thing is like, doing, like, a rot or a poison implies that it's already failed. I mean, in our specific case, like, it is in fact failed. Like, challenge has not been met, but oh well. Oh well. Pretty much in this case, if I can just get him in a fucking stun lock, then we're fine. We're cooking. Alright, that's an annoying as shit spell. Does it twice? Of course he would, because he's an asshole. Alright, we run away again. Disengage. Fucking nice shot. I love how he says that and then casts 3 fucking rounds of triple Mikola's rings right on top of our corpse. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like, it's literally Gideon, so I shouldn't be surprised. This is unfortunately, I think, where we're going to see the counter increase substantially. More than likely. Like, in all seriousness, more than likely. I could try my balls out on him and see what happens, but I generally think that the balls are going to be terrible for this situation. Yeah. Yeah, the balls are probably just not going to be able to do the trick at all. I guess what I could do here is run on in, bleed here. Of course, he does that. You fucking bastard. He literally tried to set up on me. He continues to try and set up on me. He fucking used the rings in a way that just... Of course, the ring would fucking fly towards me. Ugh. Thing is I'm trying to think if there's anything that we could do here to otherwise, like, cheese this out at this point. The only thing I could probably reasonably think about doing is, in this case, going and getting the materials to make some rot arrows, and essentially just trying to rot him to death. If we did that, it would take a fucking while, and there's no guarantee that that exactly works. It only simply... I would say it gives a chance. It's not a perfect chance, but it would give a chance. So. The comedy, of course, is that I'm going to get a majority of my hits right here, probably. Oh, look at Gideon, he's trying to play games. He's playing his fucking games again.
fellow.
Fucking...
You fought well until now.
Shut your stinking lips, Ofnir. This is where I would say the problem is gonna be, and just, like, there's a surprising lack of anything in my inventory to actually handle this situation right now. I mean, like, yeah, technically speaking, like, I have really decent weaponry, but unfortunately, Gideon's not really a case of, ooh, you need decent weaponry. He's a case of gimmicks, is really all it comes down to with him. And once you have what you need to deal with his gimmicks, you more or less can win. It just, you gotta hope that you can win the gimmick fight. Nope. Alright. This won't work. How did that fucking... Wait, now fuck you, Gideon. How did that hit me? And of course he does laser beam 3 times in a row. 3 fucking times in a row, the one time he tickles my dick. Ugh. What could I do right now that would just even remotely put us on a better playing field? I mean, we could go get Flame Grant Me Strength, but Flame Grant Me Strength is, again, more damage. And more damage doesn't exactly solve our situation. I could go find the resources to go make Frost Grease. But Frost Grease only prevents... Well, it helps. It basically makes it so at that point then we have Frost and Bleed procs to work off of. But again, that only does so much, because unfortunately we can't script him anymore. I don't think I can make any more. No, I can't. Okay. It'll probably be something for me to look up afterwards, admittedly. Yeah, in all seriousness, it probably is something for me to look up afterwards and say, okay, where's my problem, and how do I fix it? Because there's probably somebody out there who's figured out exactly how to script this in such a way that would make this a whole lot less painful. I was about to run out and do stupid shit. He's doing laser beam. Thank you, Gideon. Unfortunately, he gets a chance to flask like that. I kind of have to respect his stupid fucking spell, which is annoying, to say the least. It is, in fact, really annoying that I have to respect his stupid spell. Alright, run away again. I really need Laser Beam. Laser Beam is everything. And of course he does it so close to me and fucking pinpoints it. Like, I'm not... I'm fucking tired of saying I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised. This rate, it's gonna just turn into an I'm not surprised speedrun of fucking Gideon Offnir melting my dick. The thing is like, I think I technically would have a better time. Average Souls magic user. I would personally disagree with you on that front, only because, for some reason, they thought of being funny with Gideon, and making it so, oh, he's just deciding to fucking charge my ass down. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Thank you, Gideon. Wow, fucking, well, that was fucking nice of you. So sweet. They gave him infinite stamina and infinite FP, and that is my biggest fucking qualms with this asshole. Why would they do that with an NPC boss fight that purely does magic? I really think that in my heart of hearts, Miyazaki must have been sitting there like, no, let me show them what it actually means to hate a magic user. And then they made fucking Gideon Ofnir. No, fucking piece of like, it was one of the few times where I just had to stay on his cheeks. He is annoying as hell, but it's because getting off near is annoying as hell. 110%. Like, as I talked about, I think in like the last part, Gideon Ofnir is not annoying because he's a magic user. He's annoying because he's unrealistic as a magic user. Like, yeah, sure, he does all of his gay little setup shit and whatnot every single time. And you expect that out of him, right? You just expect that out of him.
Until now.
And the other thing too is just the fact that he generally gets to cast at such a faster fucking rate than anything you can reasonably handle. And all of his spells, more or less in this case, are pretty much all just fuck off and die spells, is what I would consider them to be. Now, only like 2 of his spells are just like, hey, that's like an actual boss spell. But the laser beam and the Comet Azure he does, or yeah, Comet Azure. I'm sorry, Comet Azure and fucking what is it? Comet Spears. That shit that he just did right there. Those are 2 of probably the most reasonable spells that he can do. But otherwise, it's essentially just a shit show of a bunch of spells that he just casts. The fucking Miquella's Rings of Light, tell me somebody who reasonably is able to dodge those. Like, no actual genuine human being can dodge those reasonably. Especially considering that Gideon just decides sometimes that he's like, yeah, you know what if I just casted this like 4 times in a row and just see how you deal with it. And it's like, yeah, I shouldn't expect any better out of Gideon Ofnir. It's literally his personality trait to be, you know, the worst. But still. Like, honestly, like, I'm sure magic in this game is pretty miserable to deal with, or just spellcasting in general. But, like, I don't know, I just, overall, I feel like this is only as bad as it is because he's got that infinite stat. If he didn't have infinite stats, this wouldn't be so bad. It really wouldn't. And of course he does a double fuck off. He literally does a double fuck off right there just to make sure that I can't get what I want. And then he fucking starts comet spearing again. Super cool, this guy. Comet spear into essentially forced to either eat the comet spear. Anyways, yeah, I mean, like, again, this wouldn't be an issue if it weren't for the simple fact of if I had just gotten the damn script, if I knew what the fucking script was, actually, that probably would be my first mistake. Admittedly. Oh, he's doing some ranged setup on us. That's cute. Okay. Alright, he lost his buff. That's fine, he can chug if he wants to. The fucking multiple casts, by the way. Oh, you gotta be fucking... I just... Oh my god. Okay, that was stupid. I think this has kind of proven to me the fact that Bloodhound's Fang maybe is good for certain situations, but it's not exactly... It's not got what I need for this situation. Like, comparatively, if I did have what I want right now, which in this case would probably be, fucking, the Serpent Hunter. Serpent Hunter is so good for Gideon. Fucking... The fucking stupid Bloodhound's Fang being slow as absolute shit. Like, it's not that slow of a weapon, but, like, comparatively to what I could be doing right now, I could essentially crouch poke the ever-living shit out of Gideon, and it's not even a problem with the... You know what, honestly, I've given the Bloodhound's Fang enough effort here. I'm gonna give the Heavy Starfists a try and just see if they can cook. They might be able to cook through this situation. They really might. They don't have range, but what they lack in range in this case, I would say they make up for it in just the sheer fact that they can, like, bully really well. Or the fucking Gideon off near special could kick in, and I just fucking... That could also happen, yes. He's not even that hard. He's just a piece of shit. Man, that's really cool. I'm really glad that in this case, instead of keeping my counter relatively low, Gideon could be here to double it for me. Alright, Gideon, cast him. Nope, wrong spell. Come on, asshole. Cast the right spell. Nope, that's the wrong spell. Nope, that's the wrong spell. Nope, still the wrong spell. There's the red spell. You asshole.
You fought well.
I'm gonna count that as 1. I know it wasn't fucking 1, but, like... I don't know which spear it was specifically that killed me, only that it did. Gideon, thank you. You know, actually, in all intents and purposes, I think I'm seeing here, this is slightly better because it seems to be outspeeding him. Except for when he fucking rolls back into Glintblade. Roll back into Glintblade sure is a combination that I should expect out of Gideon. Okay.
Well,
Yep, alright. Yep. Thanks, Gideon. I'm looking forward to getting through Gideon and getting on to my man Horalu. And frankly, even Radagon, in all seriousness, because, like, at least with them, it doesn't suck. At least with them, they're reasonable boss fights that actually, like, punish you in... Well, I mean, like, Elden Beast can be fucking damned, you know, obviously, but... Nope, 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 fucking casts his little don't touch me spell. A little surprised that didn't touch me at all. Like, it's not that he didn't want to not touch me. He definitely wanted to touch me. Oh, he's doing it again. He's casting his bullshit. He's Gideoning all over the place. Gideon, please. No!
Until now.
The fucking stamina cut down is pretty massive. Honestly. It is pretty massive. Alright, give it up for number 50. Alright, Chug. Vow. You know what? Flame Grant Me Strength would give me back some stamina recovery that I'm otherwise missing right now, so... Wow, I'm kind of surprised that didn't hit me. Fucking...
You fought well until now.
That wouldn't have been an issue if I had just had the damn Serpent Hunter. I am starting to question why I don't have Serpent Hunter on me, actually. I'm wondering if maybe I just don't bother with the crouch poking in this case. It's just getting the Giant Hunt Ash of War to bully Gideon. Where is that? And also, I would need to get a large weapon for that, too. Quite a couple things, actually, I would need to make that functional in this instance. Like, it's something I could maybe plan for the future, but definitely not right now. Why did I do that and think that that was a good idea? There is a good question as to why I thought that was even remotely a good idea. Kind of annoying just because of the fact that, like, if he doesn't do any of his setup, then it's essentially not a free game, but it's closer to free. Yeah, because honestly, if I did Giant Hunt, I would have to get Giant Hunt, then I would have to go and get a weapon to do Giant Hunt with, and then on top of that right now, I would have to go and get something to put Giant Hunt on, and also level it up. Oh, he's Gideoning! He's Gideoning!
You thought well until now.
Fucking Gideon. Does a parry or block count as a hit? Yes, it counts as a parry doesn't, but a block does. Like, if you're blocking a hit, yes, that's still a hit. I just have to play better and stop fucking making stupid choices. Okay, well, I didn't really expect that to work in the way that it did, but sure, fuck it, we'll take it. Fucking...
You thought well until now.
Near the east, Raya Lucaria graced by the Knight's Cave. You can... it's not by the Knight's Cave, actually. It is the Knight's Cave, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I remember properly, yeah, that would be... Yeah, that would be the case. Longsword from the beginning of Town's chest. Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay. Maybe something for me to use in the future then in this case. Potentially, maybe. I mean, it would, I would say, give me an easy opportunity to bully Gideon. Gideon, thank you. It's actually exactly what we wanted to see out of him. Man, I sure do love that he just gets to quick turn me there. That's really cool. Good for him. Good for him. He actually needed that. He is known as Gideon Ofnir, the fucking weakest link. Super easy. You could also just buy the Bastard Sword. I mean, yeah, the Bastard Sword is not terrible. At that point then, though, I would say maybe it would also be worth it to just go get the Big Sword, do bigger numbers. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I could maybe see that working out well enough. I could see that maybe working out well enough. Still does kind of make me, like, surprisingly angry, though, that there's just a boss in this game that requires, essentially, cheese. Like, you do essentially need to cheese him. Because if you don't, well, get fucked.
You thought well.
Yeah, exactly. We could easily get the Great Sword, Gut Sword. Gut Sword is guarded by a couple of dogs and birds. Which isn't the worst case scenario in the world, but still, that is a little rough. I'm gonna give him one more shot here, just as is. And... yeah, I'm gonna give him one more shot, and then we'll go get a backup plan. Luckily, the backup plan will be in effect for the main plan next time. You know what? I'll take the free backstab. Fuck it. And then I fucking eat my... oh, I'm so stupid. I deserve that. I ate this. I ate this for myself. See, Max, you say that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so, order of operations. Bellum Church. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I get the glaive. I think I get a glaive from the whatchamacallit here. The Knight Rider here. Which, like, kind of, well, depends on the moveset on it. Might potentially just fix my base issue here. where's this stupid Knight Rider? Oh, he's a bit far back. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be a bit far back? And why wouldn't I pull aggro from random enemies that otherwise I don't want to be fucking bothering with? Man, I love that whiff. That was really nice. I'm gonna see what the moveset is on it. Need to add cheddar the cheese. Yeah, that's kind of it. That really is, unfortunately, just kind of it. Gideon is not a boss fight you're supposed to boss on. Gideon is just a boss you're supposed to out-gimmick. Whether it be being over-leveled, or it be fucking attaching some BS mechanic to the fight in order to out-cheese him. Either way, you're not supposed to actually have, like, a legitimate boss fight with him. You're just supposed to hope and pray that you get lucky. There's a closer grave. I mean, yeah, there's a closer grace, but I'm not gonna do that, admittedly, only because, I mean, that didn't really take us that much time to run over. And, like, our damage is good. Yeah, like, our damage is fine. That's not our issue right now. Luckily. Alright. Giant Hunt and the Knight Rider Glaive. Let's take a look at the moveset on the Knight Rider Glaive. I mean... At that point, then, I'd really probably rather just go get the fucking Giant's Hunt, honestly. It's gonna take a fucking minute, though. It's gonna take a minute. Knight Rider Glaive is good. That's cool. Actually, I have to go kill something anyways, because we have no money. We essentially have no money right now, so yeah, I do, in fact, need to go commit murder. Like, it looks okay, grand scheme of things. Giant Hunt can go on the Glaive, that's cool. I'm gonna probably just go commit to the Greatsword at this point, because I like Greatsword, and... shit, that's gonna be expensive as fuck, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Who am I kidding myself? No matter what I choose at this point, it's gonna be expensive. So. I'll, probably in this case, I'll go get the Grace that's over here. Go kill that, Erd Tree Guardian. There's like 2 or 3 Erd Trees I could probably go kill, to go get what I need money-wise. And honestly, I guess... I'm trying to kind of think this out a little reasonably here, but also at the same time... Greatsword's gonna be expensive as shit. That is just a guarantee. Like, it is a flat guarantee that that's going to cost so much. So maybe in this case, I do actually want to go with a lighter sword. Alright, are these assholes chasing me down? Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? And they're still chasing me down. Okay, cool. Awesome. Man, I sure do love the fact that I whiffed, but that massive fucking hit took my life. You know what? Admittedly, I'm just kind of fucking Gideoning right now. I'm just kind of Gideoning right now. The thing is like, at least at this point, this is literally just trying to figure out bullshit to counter bullshit, because instead of getting it correct the first time, I didn't. That's honestly, like, I think what this kind of comes down to. But admittedly, that damage is pretty fucking good. I don't remember killing the Tree Guardian over here, but I guess, honestly, why not? Because at this point, I kind of just need more money. Always just buy a regular greatsword like the Bastard Sword, which you can just buy. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that might be the better choice, only because, in this case, otherwise I'm spending, what is it, like, close to 150k, just to level up a weapon max. Which, I mean, like, you know, I know that they wanted to balance it out to be like, hey, now you can't get stupidly overpowered too quickly. But, you know, it kind of really sucks not being able to just level up a weapon at a decent rate. Man, I love it when it whiffs. That's my favorite. There we go. Okay. Wait, did that first Erdtree avatar really only give me 9,600? Jeez, that is a huge fucking difference between those two, isn't it? Or but just buy this Zweihander. Isn't this Zweihander classified as a colossal? Ooh, hiccup. I mean, if the Zweihander is, like, reasonable, then yeah, okay. That makes sense. Pretty sure it is. Okay. Then I mean, I'm gonna go pick it up. Well, I mean, in this case, kind of part of our base issue, Max, is that if I'm picking up the colossal weapon that costs me 150,000, then I'm picking up the colossal weapon that costs me 150,000 to level up, right? Like, that's kind of the issue here. I mean, don't get me wrong, this Zweihander is really fucking good in all seriousness. Like, it is just really, really good. I also think the Zweihander has a really good crouch poke, if I'm not mistaken, so in theory, yeah, it kind of covers our general situation and issue pretty well, for the most part at least. Let's pick it up and let's see. Let's pick it up and let's see. Let's see what we got going on there. Well, it's still up to you. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. I think I might be coming off a bit aggressive here, but no, I'm honestly, like, thank you for talking with me on this. I'm just like, I'm just trying to think it through, and also I'm still fucking heated as well. Gideon just put us at double of what our total hits were. So yeah, that does in fact kind of leave me a little bit pissed. But either way, I mean, like, ultimately, I'm just trying to figure it out, I guess, in this case, because, like, your idea seems like a good idea. It's just about picking a weapon in this case that more or less does the job, right? So, I think in this case, let's pick up the Zweihander because it's on an easy enough location, and we'll see what we're working with from there. I Admittedly, if we did end up incorporating a Giant's Hunt weapon into our playthrough in some capacity, then in theory, we would actually have enough of a reason to kill Alexander. So, not a terrible plan, actually. I could see it working. I could see it working. At that point, then, at least, we'd have a weapon that would otherwise more or less kind of cook Gideon. The only thing I think that we currently don't have a lot of is a lot of FP. So, there's that. Do I have the Turtle Talisman? I do not have any other talismans at this point. Turtle Talisman might potentially cover a little bit of that stamina drain that Gideon does to you. It might actually prevent a little bit of it. So, I do not have Turtle Shield, no. As you kind of saw coming into this area, we haven't been to Weeping yet. This is our first time coming to Weeping. So, in this case, this is essentially our first, like, attempt at hitless. So, more or less, like, a lot of decision-making was a lot more on the fly. Yeah, it is considered colossal, so I'll go ahead and pick it up. These Smithy 2s are cheap, so I'll go ahead and pick those up while I'm here. And let's go see, I guess, in this case, what we can get out of that. I guess since I can, let's go over here real quickly, and let's go, actually, honestly, I could probably kill the Mariner that's here. It's not worth almost anything to kill this Mariner, but, like, I really wouldn't be wasting that much time killing this Mariner. Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking melt through his health bar right now. Beautiful. Literally just for a tiny-ass pile of money at that point. Yeah, genuinely tiny. So, Turtle Talisman would be good for stamina. I mean, I agree with you on that one. I definitely agree with you on that one. It probably will cover something in this case. And worst case scenario is that we run out of FP and we get stuck to crouch poking. Well, again, crouch poking doesn't suck, right? Like, crouch poking is actually pretty damn good. So, let's see how reasonable the Zweihander would be. We don't quite have the stamina in this case to... Well, actually, we might. No, we don't. Okay, so we don't have the stamina in this case to actually, like, have light load with this equipped. We don't really have a lot equipped either, damn. Alright, well, let's try it out. Okay, running a bit short on money at that point. I don't think I have any more money in my pockets. Not really, at least, in this case. So, I hate to say it, but I do actually need to go kill something else if I'm gonna implement this strategy. You know what, actually, wait, we did just get over to Weeping, and apparently I forgot to get a fucking Grace. Okay. What can I kill that would give me some money real quickly? There's the tree sentinels. That wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, this actually wouldn't be terrible, so I could do this real quickly. For all it is though right now, and honestly, this is pretty fucking out of practice. So, Yeah, that damage is looking good. Yeah, that damage is looking so fucking good. A little surprised that whiffed, but okay, we'll take it. That's fine. You know what, honestly, at this rate, I'm just gonna take the fucking hit, move along with my life. Oh, okay, you know what, admittedly, they're not worth nearly as much as I first thought they were. Fair enough. That's not going to carry us probably nearly far enough into what we need, ultimately, so I have more work to do. Let's see here. There is Vike. Vike is worth 90k, but also, honestly, I don't really want to fucking deal with Vike right now, because... Yeah, Vike's just kind of miserable. I don't think 36k is going to be enough to cover the requirements that I'm looking for right now. Not really, at least. Alright, look, here's the thing. I think what we're going to do to go ahead and speed our shit along here a little bit more is I am going to real quickly go ahead and turn on... Vike would be good practice for Giant Hunt, and we'll probably do Vike for Giant Hunt. But what I am going to definitely do here is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the super duper secret sauce to essentially just guarantee that ultimately we will have the resources we need going forward here. Because, I mean, as far as things stand, this is still practice. Like, this run is practice. Like, we're not even in the middle of, like, a serious run by any capacity right now. So, I am going to go ahead and enjoy the luxuries of being able to turn this on. Let's see if our 36k is enough to get us anywhere in a reasonable amount of levels. It might be. It might be. It's already costing... Okay. Damn. Yeah, no, it's not going to carry us very far here. 16. Plus 16. I'll try it out. Plus 16, Giant's Hunt. Apparently it can only be quality build, which is a little bit frustrating, but also at the same time the damage is generally better. Yeah, it is generally better. So okay, let's try that out and see what that does. Weird that Giant's Hunt would actually be quality build. Like, in terms of the Ash of War. That does feel mildly weird to me, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's go do Vike with a plus 16 Giant's Hunt and see what happens. I don't have any of the whetstones. No, I do not. Yeah. In this case, pretty much the easiest way to think about it, Max, is that if there was something that might potentially have put us at risk of getting hit, I probably avoided it. Obviously, it didn't go super well, considering the whole, 60 hits thing at this point. But, yeah, I pretty much just tried to beeline it through the game as any percent as possible, save for, like, pretty much like in this case, like stones. That was pretty much like the only thing I really kind of went out of my way for. And stones in this case, the only way I went out of my way for that was essentially until I realized that I probably should have just gone after the Crystallian a lot sooner. So, yeah. Like, unironically, I really should have gone after the Crystallian a lot sooner on this playthrough. Because save for, you know, needing money, yeah. Alright, chug a little early. Okay. Well, see, the thing is like, just the crouch poking alone felt pretty good there. But crouch poking alone does not exactly, you know, fix the entire situation. It just simply means that the crouch poking was kind of working. Admittedly, I could imagine this thing right now with, like, a bleed on it or something of that variety, and it would probably be really damn nice. Alright, chug that. Do that. Buff. I'm gonna try and focus purely on what I should have been focusing on to begin with, which is doing the giants hunting. Yeah, the giants hunting is proving its worth. God damn, yeah, the giants hunting is really proving its worth right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any fingies to pop for this, but still, 90k doesn't suck. It's 90k, right? Ah, 75k. Okay. Alright, still pretty good. Admittedly, with that in mind... No, I mean, like, I didn't doubt you in this case. I'm just... In this case, it's just kind of trying to plan it for the rerouting later. So... Let's go and get this leveled up even further and see how this goes against Gideon. Frankly, with that in mind, too, I might also go and get myself what I need to pop Flame Grant Me Strength. Then grab a Starlight Shard and your Gideon fight is golden. Oh, right, because, yeah, Starlight Shards in this game, they don't pop and immediately gush. They just slowly give you... Right, yeah, I completely forgot about that. No, that's actually... That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Of course, we'll also see how this thing does just off of flat damage, frankly. I mean, plus 22 doesn't suck. Probably still want to get it to max if I can help it, but still. Plus, frankly, if I went and got Flame Grant Me... Flame Grant Me would probably do some pretty solid work here. This is plus 22. I need 10. So I need 8. Yeah. Do I go and waste my time getting Flame Grant Me? I kind of feel like maybe I should, purely off the basis of it would give me even more damage, and it also provides me stamina recovery even further. So I'm gonna say yes for the time being, because it does seem like a smart plan. Might as well go get Flame Grant Me, because honestly, we might be using Flame Grant Me in the future anyways. Because, I can't lie, the stamina recovery definitely does matter. So. frankly, with that in mind, it would kind of completely negate any need for the Bloodhound's Fang. Because, like, Bloodhound's Fang is nice and all, but I don't think it covers all of our needs. Whereas I'm thinking about the Zweihander right now. The Zweihander cooks. Like, as just a general baseline for weaponry, the Zweihander cooks so fucking hard. It is not even close. So I think in this case, if I'm gonna make a choice on which heavy weapon... Right, I guess I didn't stick around long enough to get those. Okay, fair enough. I didn't stick around long enough last time to get the, I'm sorry, I got fucking sidetracked there. But between the Bloodhound's Fang and the Zweihander, I think the Zweihander is a better choice. The Zweihander might also just be kind of a better choice in certain capacities for me anyways, because I'm generally more comfortable doing colossal poking than I am doing the ball smacking. So it might just be how I want to play this going forward. That Ukri. It was also safer to get. For the most part, yeah. It like, Bloodhound's Fang isn't exactly, like, horribly dangerous, but it's definitely safer that I probably do what I'm gonna do here. Or, yeah, getting the Zweihander probably ultimately is safer. I don't have a weapon for this guy. I'm really hoping I don't get fucking sniped from the back. But also, I very well might. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought would happen. Man, that was so cool. Thank you, guy. What was that, 3 hits? Beautiful. Okay. So something I'm not really sure of here is if these guys aggro... Okay, they do. Doesn't really matter where I warp, just do it. Okay, save for that one guy, which I think in this case I need to probably make a plan to actually go kill him when I do Fort Jail. That or, I mean, I don't know, maybe I need to try and turn up the stealth even further when I'm in Fort Jail. But save for that, have a Kukri in that one area, and I essentially have Flame grant me for free. So, okay, cool. Alright, do that. Put this in my offhand. Seal in my offhand. If you're not upgrading Bloodhound's Fang next time, you can spend those runes on the Zweihander. Well, honestly, I probably won't even bother going for the Bloodhound's Fang next time, considering. Just because, in this case, like, I'm getting, what, maybe like 1,200 runes from Darwheel? And that's not really a lot, honestly. And then, like, a base level Bloodhound's Fang is... It's not bad, it's not exactly, like, cooking, right? So what I would say in that case maybe is what I do instead, because I'm already heading towards Weeping, is I could maybe kill the tree spirit that's there, or the tree guardian that's there, which I think that one gives you like 1,200 runes anyways. So maybe I do that, if I care enough. Otherwise, I'll just find new ways of getting money. The other thing here too is, like, for reference, we went through the Iron Balls and the Heavy Star Fists to get to where we were initially. I spent a good amount of money just getting the Bloodhound's Fang leveled up, in all seriousness. Which, I mean, I didn't really need that anymore, considering. The fight against the Knight Rider that gets you the Knight Rider glaive and Bloodhound or fucking Giant Hunt. That's pretty straightforward and easy, and I could honestly see myself doing that with balls at a plus 12 or plus 13, or just straight up with a qualities Y-hander at plus 13. And I could probably maybe go make time to go get the heavy infused wet blade. I could probably do that. You can safely get the sacred wet blade for lightning damage. Where is that actually? Because I don't think I've ever reasonably gotten the sacred wet blade. And like in this case, I don't really know what bosses benefit from lightning damage. So there's that. So all right. You don't usually get it during the Ashen Capital. So it's in the capital. It's in Leyndell. I'm going to equip that for right now, so that way I can go ahead and swap on into Flame Grant Me. The one thing I'm missing right now, and I just realized that I'm fucking missing it, is the Starlight Shard. But I'm going to go ahead and just test what we have right now, and see how it works, see how it cooks. This might also be a reason for me to possibly pump some levels into Mind going forward in the future. Chug this. Golden Vow. Flame Grant Me. Chug that. Alright, there we go. Now in this case, I essentially just need to hope Gideon gives me one spell. There's the spell I need. And he Gideons, of course. I'm trying to think right now if the side entrance would technically be worth it. I just don't think it would be. Oh, it's the old round table. I don't know if that's particularly safe. But we could make an effort for it. I just don't know if I get a lot of value out of having a lightning-infused wet blade. Gideon, really?
You fought well until now.
So what's funny is he really did just get away with it, didn't he? Literally just barely got away with it. Fucking Gideon. But I will say, based off the damage we were doing there, I don't really think we need the Starlight Shard at that point, at least. It would probably help in terms of safety, I would say. But, like, otherwise our base damage was so good there that we didn't really need it. Now, of course, if Gideon starts Gideoning, then it becomes a problem really quickly. But of course, if I fucking whiff, that's its own issue. Really? That's so interesting. Wow, that's so cool. Thank you, Gideon. This is looking better, though. Grand scheme of things, this is looking better. It only has one dog guarding it that won't be able to follow you inside. Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then. The likewise, too, I guess, in this case, is that... Well, it depends, I guess. Is this one of the mutated super pups? Or is this, I guess, just a normal dog? I'm assuming a normal dog. Because that reasonably makes enough sense. Gideon, please laser beam. Of course, he's fucking Gideoning all over the place.
My fellow.
Okay, sure, whatever. Thanks, Gideon. Regular dog with no fur, don't even think it's a big one. Okay, alright, well, and I'm sorry, I might have missed this part here, but what reason for lightning damage? Is lightning damage, like, stupidly fucking good? Does it essentially, like, cover a majority of fights, with, like, actual, like, beyond way too goodness? Or... Yeah, that seems about appropriate for Gideon. That seems way too appropriate for Gideon. Not sure, just thought it might have its use. Okay. Well, let me look into it, I guess, too. Because in this case, like, at least off the top of my head, I don't know. I've personally never really used it. So I really don't know. But, like, I mean, if it does, then sure. Yeah, definitely. Alright, surely this is the one where Gideon gives us the correct RNG, and we get to just move along with our lives. Or he could, like, slowly back up into those pillars like an asshole. That's also an option. Oh, he's gonna do it again. Okay, there we go. Alright, Gideon, do you want a laser beam? Come on, asshole. Laser beam. Laser beam.
You thought well.
Not a single fucking laser beam out of this jackass. If you kill Radon, you can get the Fire Wet Blade, which work well with Strength and Flame, grant me. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And honestly, I guess in this case, if I were to get the Fire Wet Blade, the Fire Wet Blade would go really well for all the tree spirits on this run that I kill. At least a majority of them. I didn't do this? Question mark? Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Don't know why my brain blanked. Alright, Gideon! Come on! Give me fucking decent RNG, you cocksucker. Oh yeah, no, you could do that instead. That's really, thank you, buddy. That's great RNG. Continues to do literally the fucking worst things ever.
My fellow,
All right.
you fought well until now.
Plus, it's pretty safe if you're patient with the flamethrowers. Oh, right, yeah. I mean, well, at that point then, just go into Radahn's castle beforehand. Or go into Radahn's castle after you've activated the festival. Activate the festival first, then after Radahn is dead, then go back in, and the festival is no longer there. You're just past the flamethrowers at that point. And the only thing to worry about, I think, at that point is the Virgin Killer. Alright, you know what? I don't care. See, that's my favorite part about Gideon, is that he sometimes just spams the shit out of certain moves. Up, there it is. The fucking well Gideon.
Until now.
God, just imagine how much fucking easier this would be if he were back on fucking monologuing. It's really funny. I think that's exactly why Miyazaki gave this motherfucker a monologue. It's purely because you're supposed to show up, beat the shit out of him, and hope he doesn't activate in time. You don't have to walk around that many flamethrowers, though, I think, to get the wet blade at that point. Like, there's like, yeah, there's a few of them there, but like, it's not as bad as it could be. But I think I get what you mean. Thanks, Gideon. Thanks, Gideon.
Well, until now.
See, what would be great is if I could get laser beam at a reasonable distance. Because if he laser beams close enough to me that I can run in there and essentially just start bullying the shit out of him, then at least at that point, like, it's essentially just a stun lock, right? But he's not giving that to me, so there's that. Oh, whoops, forgot to count a hit. It's Gideon, though. It is what it is. Could laser beam, please? Gideon, really? Oh, yep, just fucking does that. There it is. Okay. There's a setup. Okay, so it did matter. Ever so slightly. Unfortunate. Okay, it literally mattered by a fucking small fraction. Okay, alright. So yeah, in this case, it kind of, if I'm literally just doing Giant's Hunt, then it matters. If I'm getting like a handful of hits and then start Giant's Hunting, then it doesn't matter. Still rough. Hey, Moxie, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well tonight. This would be just so fucking significantly easier. Let him drink so I can drink a blue. I would personally prefer to just murder him outright, because if I just kill him, he doesn't get a chance to come back from it. Fucking...
You fought well until now.
Put like 3 levels to mind. No, you'll have time. Well, it's not a matter of having... You sure? Because, like, I'm thinking about it right now. And if I flask, and then I try to go right back into Giants hunting, Gideon's got like 3 or 4 moves that come out really fast. I mean, like, fuck it. We'll shoot for it. We'll try it and see what happens with it. Also, did I mark that? I think I did. But, like, Gideon doesn't exactly care to play fair, right? Like, that's literally been the reason why we've been on this asshole for almost 2 hours now. He started spamming. He started spamming. I fucking shouldn't be surprised. Oh my god. I guess the good news here is that because we literally have no health, it essentially just kind of guarantees that it's always a one-hit. Thinking about this with damage in mind, if you're not upgrading, you can get all Giants hunts, then you just kill him with the next go bar. We're at a plus 24 right now. We're at a plus 24 on our Zweihander at the moment, and I think we're at like 75, 82 strength. We're at 82 strength right now. Nope, that's what I want. That is, in fact, what I want. Wait, what? What happened there? Wait, how did that...
A lord. Not even you.
How did that kill him that time?
Cannot kill a god.
Wait, I'm confused. Was it my buffs? Maybe it was my buffs. Maybe it was my buffs. Because in this case, 20% right here, 10% right here, or I think it's like 10 or 11%, but assuming that both of those buffs lasted through that, did he mark me? Yeah, he started the fight right off with marking. Oh, wait, does Flame? Okay, alright, that was really cool. Thanks, OBS. Did he debut you that time? Debuff? 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 No, he didn't debuff me that time. No, he didn't get a chance to debuff me. Also, thanks fucking OBS. Okay. Either way, we're through Gideon. We're through Gideon. I already spent all my money, so unfortunately I can't spend any. Damn, I should have probably gotten the faith levels, so I don't have to hot swap talisman. Actually, with that in mind, let me go ahead and maybe. Actually, let me put turtle right here, and then I'll put that right there. So that way, all I have to do is do that, right? I'm getting hit by autocorrect hard. Sorry about that. Oh, no, it's okay, man. No worries. In this case, as far as I can think of, and I mean, feel free to review what happened there specifically, I would say. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, never mind. I got confused about a certain thing there. I have, whatchamacallit, I have the flask, the tier in there. My thinking on it is that Flame Grant Me Strength lasted. Why don't I have 4 talisman pouches? Because I didn't get the 4th talisman pouch, admittedly. Like, we could technically go get our 4th right now. I mean, we could. Yeah, sure. Why not? It would save me the hot swap. It would save me the hot swap, you're right. There we go. I don't think there's anything else worth purchasing at this point. Not really, at least. There. Now we don't have to hot swap. Now we can stay in light load. We have our ball. We essentially have everything that I think we need, ultimately, to move forward. Leveling up is slightly out of reach. Really, OBS? You're shit in the bed right now? Sorry, folks. It seems OBS is deciding to shit the bed a little bit right now. I'm going to leave it as is for right now, but it also means that we have a 9-second delay at the moment, which is kind of annoying as piss. Not exactly happy about that. So if you wonder why I take a minute to answer a message, that's why. We could technically, like, stop stream and fix it, but honestly, it just decided to shit the bed, like, twice in the last, like, 10 minutes. So I usually take that as an indicator that either something is happening on YouTube, or OBS is just shitting the bed because, haha, funny. Okay. Surely that's enough to dirty my balls. It was enough to dirty my balls. Beautiful. That should be enough to set up for second phase. I was incorrect. Never mind. Don't even need to think about it. He's dead. Pop that old man, put him right in our pocket. Beautiful. If I did a little bit of mind and maybe a little bit more endurance, I think at this point, maybe that would be the best possible play. How much damage am I getting? I'm not getting a lot of damage out of that, but like, likewise, maybe it's worth it to just go ahead and get that. I'm not getting a lot out of that, admittedly, but I'm not really getting a lot out of any of this right now. Okay. Once I've no-hit the base game, do you think I'll do a no-hit for the DLC? I'm gonna say potentially. Like, there's a good chance. There's a good chance that I might consider that going forward, more than likely. I'm trying to think here. Do I want Flask now, or do I want to save Flask until after Radagon? Radagon's pretty damn quick. Nah, I'm just gonna go for it. Full buffing sequence. Just go for it. Radagon in theory shouldn't be too bad. It's really just Elden Beast that we kind of need to hope for the best on. You know what's funny? Is I did press the button to roll there, but of course of all the times for the game to fuck me over, and it's definitely not copium, I'm sure of that much, But in this case, pretty much, I think what I got there was where, pretty much when you, like, do a quick turn, very often, like, the inputs get fucked up. Sometimes the inputs just outright get eaten, consumed. So, fun stuff. Sorry, Flask, Golden Bow, Flame, Balls, Blue, and away we go. Still though, proof and concept, damage is like really fucking good here. So like, pretty much we don't really have to think too hard about it. Our balls are the weapon that will kill the god. Take our crit. It's probably not going to be enough to kill, but it'll be close. Re-dirty my balls. I don't think I have enough time for both. Unfortunate, but fair enough. Well, to be fair, I did have time for both. I just fucked up. Not quite the damage cycle I was looking for, admittedly. But it still works. He might fly. He's flying. Okay. It still kind of fucks me up that you can ride Torrent in this arena now. Okay, good. He's going for sword swings. We can deal with that. And there we go. Cool. All right. So, other than the obvious final hits that we took there, which were disappointing nonetheless, what can we break down from that experience that I think probably would be good ideas versus bad ideas? Let me think about it for a minute here. What can we do here to improve this? Let's start a list. Let's start a little bit of a list here, all right? That is not what I meant to fucking click. Think again. Okay. All right. Problem. Okay, so getting off near is an obvious problem. Yeah, Zweihander is a good counter. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I guess in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like slash and then whatever our solution is to the problem as a way of essentially addressing it. So getting off near, Zweihander, Zwei plus Giant's Hunt. That is not exactly sitting on screen perfectly, is it? There we go. Also, I don't know why I have it set up currently with a grayed box over it, but let me get that fixed. That is not what I thought it was. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna actually turn down the font size a little bit too here, so let's do fuck it, 64. That's not bad actually. That's pretty good. Plus, he was just weak to damage. That's true. That's definitely true. Like Gideon is luckily like he is in fact just like weak to fucking damage. Okay. Funny enough, I also think that the Zweihander might actually be really good for when we get to Malekith. Because the Zweihander's range and availability is just really good. And I could probably Cragblade the Zweihander at that point, and that actually would also be pretty good. Maybe some more mine to one cycle Gideon. Potentially, that's not a bad plan. To guarantee that we have enough to one cycle them, I would say. Definitely. Funny enough, I think in this case, we went after the stealth. We went after stealth very early on. I think in this case, based off of what I learned about this run, is that stealth is good, definitely is good, but the Zweihander here, I think, also addresses the NPC problem, just in general. NPC for stealth, AOW. Again, Zwei plus Greatsword, honestly. Or Zwei plus G-Hunt. Actually, let me shorten that to G-Hunt. Actually, I think that seems better overall. Okay. Alright, getting off near is Y plus G-Hunt. NPCs for stealth AOW, I think also is Y plus G-Hunt. One of my issues from this last playthrough was the fact that I didn't know exactly where to get all of my stones for early game leveling. And that, I think, definitely made a difference. So we want to have, hopefully, more stones. In this case, I guess it's plus 15. Plus 15, roughly. That was definitely an issue on this run that could have probably solved a couple problems. Which also probably makes me think I need to, one, figure out what weapon I ultimately want to take with me into the mid-game as my, like, savior weapon. I'm thinking in this case, honestly, with how comfortable I am with the weapon, it might just be the Zwei. The Zwei might just be the new move. Like, the balls are not bad by a long shot. The balls cover a lot of issues. But Zweihander plus Kragsblade, Zweihander plus G-Hunt, it just kind of cooks. So I think that's not a terrible plan. I need to probably do some research in this case on where to get stones. So I'm going to probably, in this case, just you know, put this down as map research, frankly. Raptor of the Mist would be good against any unavoidable damage. I am trying to think, in this case, of what we could run into that has unavoidable damage. And in terms of any percent, there's not really a lot. There's actually not really a lot of unavoidable damage during the any percent. Let me think about this. Malekith doesn't have any unavoidable damage. Horalu doesn't have any unavoidable damage. I would say Gideon has unavoidable damage, but Gideon has already been solved at this point. I think as far as Elden Beast and Radagon stand, balls. Like, we literally just cook them with balls, and we're good to go. Godric. So here's the thing. This playthrough, I did Godric, and I did what you call it in order to make that work. Bloodhound Step might get you closer to Gideon. Here's the thing about that, though, Max, is Bloodhound Step is, I think, covering a solution in a scenario where we are fucked. If we get all of our Giants hunts back-to-back properly, or shit, honestly, even if... Because here's the thing, is Gideon allows you to attack him like a handful of times right before the fight really truly begins. You can essentially do those handful of attacks and then immediately start G-hunting him, and I would say we could probably easily one-cycle him with that in mind. In fact, I'd probably almost say we would either do Bleed Grease or we would do Frost Grease on our G-hunted Zweihander at that point, so we could get the Frost proc off or the Bleed proc off, either way. Actually, probably Frost, because I think it might be risky. I don't know if the Frost or Bleed procking would knock him out of stun. Something for us to research, probably. So that would probably be something to research. Margit and Godric, I didn't really see them much as a problem. Not really, in all seriousness. You know what, well, while we're doing a bunch of talking here, let me, real quickly, I'm going to pull up a Google tab. Ah, shit, honestly, I don't even know how I'd go about doing this right now. I'll look into it. No, don't even go for the backstab or extra attacks. Immediately go for G-Hunt with your Grease. Okay. I mean, I could. I just think if you start the fight off with, like, 1 or 2 hits, he doesn't, so here's the thing. Let's, I'm gonna real quickly start up a new game character here, and I'm gonna show you something that you probably didn't know about, G-hunting him, when the game first starts. Do I have a character, actually, I could use this with? I don't think I do. Maybe Birthday Boy. Maybe Birthday Boy. Let me check. Birthday Boy might not have killed Gideon yet. I'm willing to bet that Gideon is not dead yet on this one. Okay. No. Okay, so here's what we're going to do real quickly. I'm going to use Birthday Boy here for a little test showing of what happens here if you do this way. Why? So let's go ahead and do a standard Zweihander plus 25 and G-Hunt. There we go. And then on top of that, I need probably some runes because I don't think this character is pretty well leveled. I think in this case it's Lord's Rune. Cool, thank you again. Lord's Rune, there we go. Let's do 99 of these real quickly. Okay. Unfortunately, you kind of need to not immediately start it because of a very funky bug with Gideon. It's pretty bad, actually. Let me also give this character some frost grease while we're talking here, because I want to kind of get a wide range here of what we're working with. Okay, freezing grease. There we go. All right. And then there is the map. All mapped. And then I think it's also show all graces. There we go. Okay. Real quickly, let's go over the handful of things that we have going on here. Oh, interesting. I already had a plus 25 Blood Iron Greatsword. That's kind of weird. Go and equip some armor. There we go. Oh, interesting. Wait, does G-Hunt, in this case, act as a... I guess in this case, maybe it does. Let me try and apply freezing grease to it and see if I can. Okay, so I can. I can do that. Beautiful. I don't know if you can just start from that one, but I'm willing to assume I need to start from this one. So let's run over here, and I wanna put this into theory, into testing. Because if we can just G-Hunt him to death, then perfect, awesome. But okay, let's pop some runes real quickly here and get ourselves leveled up. I think 25 will probably cook it. Probably. Yeah, no, I think we're fine on that. Alright, so things that we need here. This would be strength up to, in this case, I think we had it... Oh, that's max for what we have. Okay, so let's do that then, and then I'll do a little bit of mind. I think I need a little bit more in levels. Do an extra 21. If not, then backstab into G-Hunt. That was kind of my thinking on it. That was kind of my thinking too. Is essentially start the fight off with like a backstab, so that way he falls over, and then immediately just start bullying the shit out of him. Alright, 72, and mind, a little bit more endurance. Okay, there we go. Do I have... Flame grant me on this character? I do not. Let's change that real quickly. So I kind of want this character to be set up exactly as need be for what we would be expecting. Okay. Try to do only G-Hunt first. If we do that, I... Again, don't exactly know how to save state right now, so he's going to be essentially aggro going forward. But we'll go ahead and do that, actually, because honestly, I'm more curious in finding out about that than I am of the other alternative. If anything, it just means next time that we stream this, I'm going to hopefully learn in the meantime how to set up the set up save states. Talismans. Talisman slots. Let me go ahead and give myself the talisman pouches. Alright, that should be talisman pouches. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. Okay, so reasonable talisman that I could see myself getting would be Alexander's. Or the Jar Shard. Warrior Jar Shard. I could see the Warrior Jar Shard happening. That would be reasonable. I'm unsure of a fourth one that would be reasonable and effective in this next situation coming up here. I wonder if the Spear Talisman would be useful. Because that's technically counter damage, but also we're not technically countering Alexander. Or we're not countering this lad. There's the Carian Filigree, but the Carian Filigree, I don't see that being useful. So, or at least I don't know if that's easy enough to get and also be useful. And again, this is a lot, essentially, or potentially a lot to go into one fight, right? So that's kind of another part of this whole equation here. Flame, grant me strength. There we go. Golden Vow. Ritual Sword Talisman. Thank you. Yes, you're actually, yes. That is super easy to get, and that is one I got last time. So yes. That's true. Blue Dancer's Tally? Trying to think in like terms of that cave, because that cave, maybe that might be one we come back to later in the playthrough. Just because it's kind of dangerous, and likewise in this case, when I'm thinking of the Zweihander, the Zweihander's weight is pretty substantial, so I don't know if we're getting a lot out of that. We can check it though. Hang on here. I was just doing something. Golden Vow. Golden Vow is an easy one. Standard Dagger, real quickly, to put that on. And then on top of that... Alright, Ritual Sword. Alright, Ritual Sword Talisman, and then there was also the Blue Dancers. So let's try Blue Dancers, too. Because Blue Dancers is easy enough to get, I think. I mean, it's not the safest cave in the world to go through, but, like, it's technically safe enough, right? Boss is easy, but the cave needs a run-through practice attempts first. Yeah, that would be my agree. I would agree on that one, too. Using spiky balls and you'll be okay on weight. I think it'll be good for spiky balls, for sure. I definitely think it'll be good for spiky balls. Okay. Oh, this character has not yet gotten a... Okay, well, I'm just going to fix that real quickly. There we go. Alright. Whetstone, we can go ahead and do this. Golden Vow on that bad boy. Beautiful. What's our flask? What's our flask look like? Because this character does have... Oh, okay, so the flask has nothing in it right now. I might, on this build, use strength and the strength tier, admittedly. Like, that would be my primaries for standard playthrough, so... Let's see here. Only problem is I don't really remember what the fuck their actual, like, base names are. Other than the obvious one, which is the strength tier. Like, the strength... Luckily, strength not tier is exactly what you would expect it to be, but... Is it Thorny? Might be the Thorny. I think that was correct, yes. Okay. There's the strength knot, which those would be the two I'd normally use. Maybe the sword insignia talisman for consecutive hit damage. The cave is kind of dangerous for an 8%er talisman, I think. I think the cave is kind of dangerous for what you're getting out of it. Okay. There would be that. My Great Rune is still equipped. Didn't end up using the Great Rune, I think, this playthrough in particular. Okay. Alright, so Freezing Grease on that. Sacred Dagger there. I don't have a seal yet. Let me go and fix that. Cave is a simple run through and the boss is only a clean rot night. I mean, the cave is a whole bunch of the little poison magic casters. And I'm also just trying to think of whether or not that would be beneficial for what we have going on here. Because, I don't know, I'm just trying to look at it, I guess, from the perspective of what we would have in all of our slots as is. Because right now, as it stands, we have the Axe Talisman, we have the Two-Headed Talisman, or, I'm sorry, we shouldn't have the Two-Headed Talisman, but, we'll end up having the Warrior Jar Shard, right? And the Ritual Sword Talisman. Okay, yeah, that doesn't do a lot for damage right now, admittedly. It might do, like, a little bit more if I remove that, but... yeah, okay, yeah, actually, that is a little bit more. It is a little bit more. Okay. Maybe try it in practice one day. Yeah, no, definitely. Luckily, all of this is practice right now anyways, so, you know, we have time. We have time to figure this out. Okay. Alright. So, I think we have roughly what we need to work off of. Hey, Star. What? Those are super easy to outrun. Which talisman? Yeah, I'm not. I actually Star. Which talisman? I'm sorry. What? Oh, Nikes. We forgot the We forgot to equip what you call it. Which one? There we go. We forgot to equip, Flame Grant Me. That's my bad. There we go. Flame Grant Me equipped. I guess I could give myself a quick Rune Arc. Just 'cause. Totally understandable, Star. Okay. Rune arcing wouldn't be too hard either, honestly. It really wouldn't be too hard to do rune arcing. So we could probably do that. We could probably do that. Oh, right. This is literally a rune arc. Yeah, my bad. Like, technically speaking, assuming that we don't get hit ever, yeah, rune arcing is gonna be pretty good for us. Okay. Alright, I think we have everything that we need, more or less, in play. You a freak for that thong? Ayo. Did you know that there's actually a more thong-like thong than this? Like, this is hardly even a thong in comparison.
You come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. It's a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit,
Shit,
but
I
alas,
just realized I made a mistake.
none
I don't
shall
have
take the
any,
throne.
whatchamacallits.
Queen has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle. On to eternity.
I don't know if save quitting this actually, like, stops the kill from going through, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Either way, though, if I were to buff up properly before that sequence, I mean, that still looked really good, right? Like, I think overall, that looked really good. So, why you gotta do him like that? Well, because it's fucking Gideon Ofnir? It is not poor Gideon. It is not poor Gideon. No, 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 Star. No. Also curious, just like crouch poking and what that does to him. Might as well find out. That seems fitting.
You thought well until now.
Okay, don't stop the G-Hunt. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pretty much. Literally, just don't stop. Okay. Also, I mean, as it stands right now, I need to fucking warp away. Because I don't have a single, blue flask on me. You know what, fuck it. We're just gonna do something really, like, dumb. And I'm gonna see if it works. Also get a blue flask? I will. I promise. Just not right this minute. Man, I love the double whiff. That was super cool. He got stuck on the ground. Of course he would, because it's Gideon Ofnir. Of course he would, because it's Gideon Ofnir.
Until now.
Thing is I guess proof of concept goes right into the very first attempt that we did here, right? Like, proof of concept is in the very first attempt. Yeah, exactly. We did prove that he is one-cyclable as long as you know, fucking catch him monologuing. Literally just have to catch him monologuing, and it is essentially a freebie. As long as, you know, I don't make silly mistakes like, focusing in the wrong way. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Actually, otherwise, it's pretty good. Can't complain. My Malekith could probably use some work, but I'm also kind of thinking that if I have a Zweihander by that point, I think we just cook, in all seriousness. Because, like, the balls are really good, obviously. But I think the balls do not keep up nearly as well for me personally against Malekith as the Zweihander. The Zweihander absolutely does fucking just so much work. So I think in this case, I want to probably have Zweihander and balls. I think those are the two that I reliably want to focus on. It's not what I want, but fuck it. Okay, well that was fucking lame. It's one of those few times he gets the fucking super duper on me. One of those few times he gets the fucking super duper duper on me. Okay. We just have to catch this bastard monologuing. That's really all it comes down to. Literally beat his ass senseless while he's fucking monologuing. And in theory, we just put him in the grave. And that's it. That's the end of Gideon Ofnir. Alright, do this. Head on into the arena. What is he doing? Look at this fucking bastard cheating. Of course. Thank you, Gideon Ofnir. Oh, there's the Gideon.
Well, until now.
It's pretty much always the example of why you just want to cook his ass before he ever gets to fucking do anything. It really genuinely is the example of why you don't want to let him do shit. Either way, the point's been made, I think. I want to go put this against Malekith and see what happens, I guess. Because I think in this case, for all it's worth, like, this would be more than reasonable enough against Malekith. Only thing I think I'd want to change out is do I currently have Cragblade on this character? Because if I don't, I want Cragblade for this character. I do not. Okay. Alright, let's fix that real quickly. Let's fix that. Alright, Cragblade acquired. Beautiful. And I guess at this point I would also probably have Assassin's Gambit as well. Very quickly give myself a secondary dagger to put Assassin's Gambit on. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, so we didn't have the second dagger as of last time. We had the katana to put this on, but pretty much the same difference in this case. So, Assassin's Gambit dagger, beautiful. And then on top of that, I would say Zweihander with Cragblade would probably cook all the harder, in all seriousness. At least right here. The Frost Grease would technically do something here, I think, but I don't think it would carry nearly as hard. Okay. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and take this bad boy off. Take this, swap it into the Axe Talisman, keep this one on, because I don't really have another one, I think, that fills that slot as well. So we could leave that one alone. Freeze Grease is not required. I guess in this case, because I probably, in theory, would have a Rune Arc, let me go and get myself, like, a handful more Rune Arcs to work off of. Arbitrary number. Beautiful. I'd be able to Rune Arc. Have all that. Beautiful. Okay. So, Golden Vow. Flame Grant Me. Two-Handed Zwei. Dirty the Zwei. I, in theory, wouldn't need to refill the blue for this fight, just because of how this fight should technically go.
Approacheth destined death. I will not have it stolen from me.
It's just got better range, and honestly, that better range carries really hard. Plus, that damage does chunk. I don't know if that's going to give me the stagger for second phase the way that I want it to. I'm going to say in this case it didn't, but I still like this a lot better. Okay, so my buff wore off, which is a little frustrating, but still. I'm going to go and do a quick save quit here, only because, in this case, I just want to kind of rerun the fight. And I don't know, like, maybe balls would just be better for Malekith. Because, like, well, no, honestly, like, based off what I was just seeing there, that was still really good. It just, unfortunately, we kind of had our staggered lineup at a weird time. And because of that, it could have been better, but it wasn't nearly as good as it should have been. So. Either way, I kind of like that a little bit better. I thought I was in a safe spot, but fair enough. Oh, I thought I had time there. That was a weird moment there. Okay. I don't think that's going to line up the stagger for second phase, but it, in theory, should still be pretty good. Not quite enough damage to blast me through this, but still pretty good. Actually, you don't know. Never mind, because that literally was enough damage to blast him. After the crit, we literally cooked his ass. So that actually does work out pretty well. I wish I had a couple more blue flasks to work off of. Not sure if I can just give myself blue flasks from the cheat menu, but still. Might as well try. Well, that might have glitched out the menu a little bit. Yeah, it might have glitched out the menu just a teensy bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so that didn't work the way that I thought it would. Fair enough. Actually, wait, if I remember correctly, save quitting with Godric's Great Rune... Save quitting with Godric's Great Rune actually gives you, gives you your health and your, FP back. Yeah. Weird thing about Godric's Great Rune, by the way. I personally baked that into myself as, like, canon lore of the fact that, like, of course Godric's Great Rune does that, because Godric is literally the guy who just runs away from all the fights. So yeah, it just kind of makes too much sense that that would be the case for him. Oh, perfect attack. Okay, well, you know, I thought I had jumped. Okay, fair enough, I deserve that. Shotgunned me right to the fucking face. Okay. Either way, I think I like that. I think I do, in fact, like that just a little bit better. So I'm kind of seeing more and more reason, at least, for certain bosses to probably just go Y. And then my balls would be the backup plan. And we don't even technically need the balls as a backup plan for bosses that bleed. So in this case, like, having Starfist would be nice, but it's not, I don't think, a requirement on this. I think we would technically be okay. Alright, okay. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I think our testing and whatnot has gotten somewhere reasonable, at least. Probably what we're going to be doing tomorrow, if not the next day. When we get back to this, we will likely be going in and starting up a new character to start a new no-hit run attempt. That one, I think, as far as problems stand, this Y seems to cover a majority of the problems that I was running into on this run. But I still don't entirely know where I'm going to get all the stones required to get a plus 15. So in this case, the 5s and 6s that are early game, I don't exactly remember where to go to get those. That is something I need to probably clarify. Which I'm gonna probably do some research on it to figure that out. Either way, I think that's gonna have to be it for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it as always. Thanks, Max, and thank you, Max, for helping with ideas. I do appreciate it. I definitely do. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your nights, folks. Take good care of yourselves and all that jazz. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then I will definitely see you for sure on Sunday. I'm trying to make it more of a plan this year of actually trying to commit more to doing shorts, doing videos, actually trying to get that stuff done again. In all seriousness, I want to take the Stranded run that I just recently did here and actually try to make a video out of that. But likewise, I kind of want to go back to the Deathless runs that I was doing with all the Soulsborns, and try to make individual videos for each of those. So we'll see how that goes. It fucking feels daunting, admittedly, but you know, we'll figure it out. Either way, take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of your nights, and thank you as always for joining me. Take care, folks.